Digital media has its claws deeply dug into every facet of our lives, and it's for exactly that reason that print needs to persevere. Literally the plot of Devil Wears Prada too, if you think about it. Let's talk about physical media and do a little deep dive into some indie magazines while we make a zine together. Let's go. Print media is expensive for publishers to sell and for consumers to buy, but that doesn't mean that its audience has disappeared. So many independently run publications like Dream World Girl have been making their way into online mainstream discourse while also inviting an offline audience that are super loyal, have niche interests, and really need a break from the screen. Even the chronically online are starting to see how digital media and print media need to exist together as opposed to being seen as competition. In the 1980s, NYC drag performer Linda Simpson published My Comrade, which was, in her words, a feisty gay magazine that spotlighted the drag scene in the 80s and 90s, a largely underground and unknown movement at the time. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the zines that came out of the Riot Girl movement, which started out of the need to challenge the patriarchy and express frustration and anger towards societal structures. And also Mad Comics, hello, an iconic bi-monthly magazine that covered pop culture and politics with a ruthless voice, humor in the jugular vein, as they themselves once put it. How could one forget the face of Alfred E. Newman? You really only need to see his face one time for it to be imprinted in your memory. Despite being as popular as it was, and even being sold to a couple of giant corporations over its lifetime, it ultimately had to cease publishing new content due to budget cuts from its parent companies, AT&T and DC. Here are some stunning indie magazine covers that I found during my research. Print media has been a fantastic and very effective tool for marginalized people to engage with and incite responses from community members. Print media helps mobilize the masses by giving them a tangible object with well-researched but still relatively unknown topics that they can easily pass on to the next person. I love Dream World Girl because everything that we do here is to build towards our printed issue, which will be dropping this summer, by the way, and is fantasy themed. How sick is that? If you love supporting printed media and you also love fantasy and whimsy, come check out the Castle in Hollywood event happening in LA this Saturday. I think that's May 9th. Tickets are obviously linked in the Dream World Girl bio. Go buy some zines and meet some cute people. Bye.